Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field. Charter TV3 presents live coverage of the Futures Collegiate League Baseball. Tonight, it's Game 2 of a doubleheader as the Nashua Silver Knights visit the hometown Worcester Bravehearts. It is baseball night in Worcester right here on Charter TV3. Hello, everyone. Welcome down to the field. Kevin Shea alongside of Andy Lacombe. And Andy, Game 2 of a doubleheader. Worcester already won Game 1. They have won 8 in a row. They have won 14 of their last 15. This team is on fire. It seems like nothing can stop them.
Right now, their offense is really churning, but one thing that hasn't really stopped is the pitching. Number 1 in the Futures Collegiate Baseball League as a team. And they got a great start last night here at home after the All-Star break. They got a nice start in Game 1. They'll look for a third in 2 days in ours, the second half.
It's crazy. It is a rematch of last year's championship series. It is Worcester and Nashua. The Bravehearts looking for 9 in a row. The first pitch is coming up next.
If you feel like you're getting knocked around by the big insurance company, call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. Whether it's a car accident, slip and fall, or dog bite, don't sign anything from the insurance company until you've talked to a lawyer. Hiring a lawyer can double or even triple the initial settlement offer. Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Let the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia fight for you.
You love working on cars. From classics to high performance, you're happiest when you're under the hood. Turn your passion into a rewarding career as an automotive technician. At Porter & Chester Institute, you'll get hands-on training on engines from bumper to bumper using industry-standard tools and diagnostic equipment. You'll be prepared with the skills you need and industry tools you can take with you to start your new career. Visit us at porterchester.com. Porter & Chester, career training for today's jobs.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Rich.
Took my advice and came to Cantiana Insurance.
It's in a great location with easy parking. They even have free registry service. They even saved me $350 on my auto insurance. Thanks for the tip.
Hey, that's funny. They combined my homeowners and car insurance, and they saved me over $250.
Hey, you guys. I've been a customer here for years. They're the best.
They are the best. Why haven't you called Cantiana Insurance yet?
Welcome back to Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field. Kevin Shea alongside of Andy Lacombe as we get set for Game 2 of this doubleheader tonight. Worcester defeating Nashua in Game 1, and this is a team that is red hot right now. Even the All-Star break and a couple rainouts and a couple days off couldn't stop this team, and you mentioned it in the open. It's a total team effort. They're getting great starting pitching. The bats have been consistently good all year, but your starters are giving you 6-7 innings a night now of 2-run, 3-run baseball, which is, you're going to win a ton of games doing that in this league.
Yeah, they got a great start from Joseph Mancini last night, 7 innings, 7 Ks. They got a nice start from Henry Ennin, who's the league's best pitcher statistically so far in the Futures Collegiate League Baseball season in Game 1 here tonight. And Mackenzie Stills has been almost lights out, and almost lights out on Charter TV3. He's good when the lights are on.
Yeah.
The young fella headed to Vanderbilt, and he's on the hill here. So, the pitching has been consistent. If you look at any flaw in how the Bravehearts have been over the course of the season, it's their fielding percentage is tied for the worst in the Futures Collegiate Baseball League. But they're hitting, and their average has come up, I would say, about 40, 50 points here during this this streak of wins that they've strung together over the last 15 or 16 games. So it's been a total team effort, and the Bravehearts have, it's not without adding people throughout the last couple of weeks as well. Kevin Hardigan, the player personnel guy, a couple of weeks ago told me that he didn't think there was an out in this lineup. And of course you're going to say that. You brought the guys in, but he's been pretty close to spot on here over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's proved in some ways prophetic, and one of the great signings midseason was Eddie House.
Yeah.
And Kevin Hardigan saying today he may be the best hitter in the league. And they brought him on midseason here. And they're actually talking about even bringing another pitcher on, possibly a closer on here to kind of, that would be it for the rest of the season. But, man, they are loaded for bear in those midseason acquisitions.
And there's also a couple of could-have-beens, too, that would have helped the team as well. But the group right now, the team that's on the field and the guys that are playing great baseball. And it's a good quality product right now for the Bravehearts fans that are in attendance tonight. It's Military Appreciation Night as well, and guys are wearing camouflage jerseys. These things are legit. And they're being raffled off to benefit Project New Hope, a great organization that you and I are familiar with. Bill Moore, their founder, does such a great job, an Air Force veteran, helping with retreats and helping families and veterans once they come home from service to kind of reacclimate and have some time for themselves, because it's difficult service, especially in war zone activity. So Bill Moore and Project New Hope do a fantastic job, and a lot of the proceeds tonight going to benefit them.
And they get a lot of support from the Central Mass community. You and I have done the Wachusett Shrewsbury lacrosse game for years, where they raised money and awareness for Project New Hope, and so many other great foundations. The Massachusetts Pirates had a thing for Project New Hope a couple weeks ago, and now we're going to get ready for the singing of our national anthem.
Honoring Police Sergeant Michael C. Chesnut, who lost his life in the line of duty this past Sunday. Thank you. Tonight's national anthem is presented by Car Financial Group and will be performed by the Worcester Men of Song.
Worcester Men of Song. Great job by the Worcester Men of Song, always a mainstay at the St. Patrick's Parade as we get ready for Game 2 of this doubleheader.
Worcester likes his show, so they're a little delayed here for the 7:30 start, but that has a lot to do with what the Bravehearts did on the field. They put up some runs late in that first game. They were up 2-1 through 5 and really stretched it out for a 7-2 win in the latter innings, the sixth inning especially. So can't complain if you're a Bravehearts fan the way this team has played.
No, this is 30 years ago. They had Morgan Magic at Fenway Park with Joe Morgan and the Boston Red Sox, and winning 19 of their first 20 with Joe as the manager. And this team here has, I don't know what we call it, Pine power, Pine proficiency. They have been just outstanding. They've been so good.
They've been very, very good. And, you know, again, it starts with quality pitching. That's how you're going to win. The way the Bravehearts have played, they're still coming into tonight. They were still 2.5 games back of the Martha's Vineyard Sharks.
Yeah.
Gives you a little sense of how well Martha's Vineyard played in the first half. And the Bravehearts took some games against them late in that first half as well. So it's a little bit of a horse race here. And this is what the coaches and the organization, they talked to the players as they went to the All-Star break and say, you know, we got 2 weeks of baseball left, and this is when we turn it up. And so the Bravehearts have turned it up over the last couple of weeks, but this is traditionally Braveheart season. This is when the Worcester teams really step it up a notch, and certainly in the last couple of seasons, this is how they've gotten into the playoffs and made those deep runs into the championship series.
Well, let's see As we look at Mackenzie Stills. And Austin White will lead it off.
Now, this Nashua team's got some guys that can rake. White, he leads off. He's hitting .317 coming into the game. And here's J.P. Pine coming out to talk to his pitcher. Now, we saw this in the last game that we did, where there was a discussion with Tyler Patane. Stills has answered whatever he needed to answer. As the umpire almost looked like he was looking up towards the sun, but no idea what that conversation's about.
It's a tough sun certainly for a left-handed batter. Now, first base is in the shadows, but the third baseman is still in that sun, so it depends on how tall your first baseman is, whether he's going to get some sun in his eyes.
Well, I mean, when the pitcher's in the shadows and there's the sun coming through, it's tough for the batter sometimes to pick things up. It's just the time of night that it is. Even in covering Legion games this week at the lake, you know, it's tough to pick that ball up. And these guys are throwing a little bit harder than that.
Shortstop is Eddie House on the run. Nice throw over to first and a beautiful stretch by Jack Gonzalez. House showing off the range and the arm as well.
Yeah, but credit Gonzalez. He made a nice play on that ball. That throw is starting to sail a little bit. House likes that flashy play at shortstop. He comes in, he runs, and on the run, making that throw. Gonzalez, nice play.
Nashua didn't like the call. I think
They thought
that Gonzalez
stepped
got pulled off.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful job towing the bag and stretching, one out.
Well, the Brockton manager got bounced here last night. So
These
people are
hot
feeling
summer
it.
nights, yeah,
People
the
are
hot
feeling
summer
it.
nights, and now it's the playoff race, and it's the heat of it now.
This Nashua team is in dead last, believe it or not. A two-time back-to-back FCBL champ, struggling through that first half of this season. Despite that, they've got some guys that can really hit.
Here's Luke Tyree, the center fielder. He did offer, so Stills is ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Mackenzie Stills with electric stuff. And Kevin Hardigan said that the director of scouting for Vanderbilt just loves the Bravehearts organization and loves the fact that they play in this kind of an atmosphere, that it's a packed house, that the crowd is into it, that people care, because they say it helps set them up for Vanderbilt, because they're going to elevate their game because they're in front of a big crowd, and you know, they just get used to a little bit of being in the spotlight. In the air to shallow center. House retreats, now gives way to the center fielder, Tavares, who makes the catch, and the first 2 batters are retired.
Tavares has been a nice little addition out of Southern New Hampshire University. A little bit of a spark plug at the top of the lineup, but you can move him kind of up and down the lineup a little bit. Good speed and been pretty solid out there in the outfield.
Cody Morissette, the number 3 hitter for Nashua, the shortstop.
Comes in hitting .327 off of the first game here.
Stills, a couple times, has hit the top of the catcher's mitt and sailed it to the backstop. Brett Koffel, the catcher, the veteran, does a great job of handling the staff.
And they're in a good situation with the catchers. Koffel got the opportunity to rest himself in the first game. They have Gozo, the Yukon catcher, in there, playing in game 1. Got a couple other guys that they can go to. But 2 really solid backstops in Koffel and Gozo.
Now Stills is behind in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. He's been featuring largely the fastball here in the first inning. In there for a strike. 3-1 the count. 2 outs. Top of the first, game 2 of the doubleheader between Nashua and Worcester. Worcester won game 1. Chopper back to Stills. He'll field and fire over to first. A 1-2-3 inning. The Worcester Bats are coming up next.
If you were injured in a car accident, would you call Joseph J. Cariglia?
Absolutely. The insurance companies have lawyers on their side.
You bet I want Joseph J. Cariglia on mine.
Sure I would. Make one call, let them deal with all the hassles.
It's a smart choice. You don't pay anything unless they win your case.
If I were injured, I'd want all the help I could get, wouldn't you?
Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
A blocked sewer line caused an overflow of sewage into Lake Quinsigamon Tuesday. A resident told officers their pet peacock has gone missing. An 18-year-old Clinton High School student facing several charges.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
Welcome back, everyone. And Nashua starter is Casey Candiotti. Candiotti on the hill for Nashua as the Silver Knights look to earn a split in this doubleheader. I want to congratulate the Uxbridge under 10 and under squad from the Cal Ripken League. They just became the New England champs today. And so now they will move on to the National World Series in Indiana. They'll go out in the beginning of August. Head out to Indiana. Neil Roseborough, the head coach, has done a great job with those kids. And I know they were all excited. He had butterflies in his stomach. He sent me a picture early today when the kids were just warming up. Said, I got massive butterflies, but they had a big win today, captured the New England title. They won state championships back-to-back years.
He's jacked up. His son's a catcher. They call him Sunshine. He's a good hitter.
Yep.
I went down there. This is Mariano Ricciardi at the plate. I went down there to talk to these dudes, and they were talking about Fortnite and all this other stuff. And then they were talking about baseball too.
They threw in a little baseball with a lot of Fortnite.
I need to talk to Brady and Ireland and Riley to find out about Fortnite, because these guys were telling me all this stuff. I had no idea what they were talking about. So your guys are going to have to fill me in. Let me know what's going on next time I have to go down to Uxbridge.
I have to give you some tips and some pointers on it. Mariano Ricciardi doing a great job at setting the table with this team. He just gets on base, finds ways to get on base and score runs, and he's doing exactly what they want him to do. See a lot of pitches, work the count, and get on base. Here's a perfect example. He was behind in the count 0-2. Now the count's gone full.
Kev, he has 54 career walks. His next one will tie the record, the Bravehearts record, set by his brother Dante.
He'll have bragging rights at the dinner table. We saw his dad earlier. He just did it.
He just said it now, or just tied it with
just
Dante.
Tied.
Now that stat comes from Daryl Hunt from this week in Worcester. And
how about that? So right now,
gets it done.
You have two Ricciardis on the leaderboard, career leaders for walks for the Worcester Bravehearts. That's something else. So again, he's done what he's done. What he does all the time. He works. He saw 6 pitches in that at bat and drew a leadoff walk. Here's Chris Rinaldi, the designated hitter. Rinaldi, an all-star.
Well, you have to play to your strengths. You know.
Yeah.
Good eye, good stature.
Yeah.
Good stature for walks.
Oh God, yeah. Rinaldi from Holy Cross playing on his home field as Mariano Ricciardi dives back.
He's a pest over there. He gets right back off the bag. He's almost daring the pitcher to. His lead's not that big, but he's almost daring him. Come right back.
Yeah, he's trying to distract him. He has a little bit of that Lenny Dykstra nails in him.
Yep.
Just a gritty, tough, wants to get inside the head of the opponent, wants to stir it up a little, has a little Brad Marchand in him.
Hopefully he doesn't go into the financial markets like Lenny Dykstra did post baseball.
Stay away from the car washes. Mariano played hockey too growing up. He played youth hockey. His brother Dante did too. They played all throughout. Didn't play in high school when they got to Worcester Academy, but played a ton of youth hockey. Chris Rinaldi, as we mentioned, having an all-star season, was named to the all-star team. Pops this one up, and it's going to get into the seats. Very good crowd here. Friday night fireworks night. Everyone loves the fireworks. You said Worcester loves the show. They love their fireworks too.
Yeah, this is a good crowd. Rinaldi's really just been a perfect addition. Playing here at home, playing for the Bravehearts, the Holy Cross guy. Can almost always count on him for a hit. He's got hits in 13 straight. He's on base 18 straight games.
And he flares one into shallow right center, and he's aboard again.
Extend both of those to 14 and 19 now. Again, those stats coming from Daryl. Daryl, he shows up, and he had a handwritten note for me, and I had a big smile on my face. I know Daryl is coming with some stuff. He does a great job of keeping the records for both the Worcester Railers and the Worcester Bravehearts. He's a great Worcester sports fan and journalist, keeping all these statistics and helping everybody out.
Here's Michael Delicari. Delicari, another all-star. He was in the home run derby as well. Advanced to the second round. He's got 2 on and nobody out. In there for a strike.
He just seems to hit everything really hard. You know, he doesn't get cheated, Delicari. Gets a good hack into one, and he just hits, even an out, they're allowed.
He has had, during this streak, I mean, all season long, he's had some big, big hits for Worcester. But as almost everyone has been during this streak, he's been so hot.
Well, when we did our last game just a couple of weeks ago, Worcester was down in the middle of the league in terms of hitting.
They were like 5th, I think, too, in the standings.
And now they're number 1, and they're hitting better than 330, 335, and I think it was 338 was the number exactly, but coming into today.
Swing and a miss, a ball and 2 strikes.
They have elevated that batting average, team batting average, by an astronomical amount in the last just couple of weeks.
Yeah. Noticed a lot of good Worcester news tonight. Baseball hats around the ballpark. I see Gordy Cook behind home plate with one. I see Eric Goldstein near the Bravehearts dugout in the first row with one. EG's here, and of course he coached Senior Ruth, Tatnick Senior Ruth. First time that he's not coaching the All-Star team. They split today. They lost to the Cape, and they won the afternoon game against New Hampshire. Delicari strikes out for the first out of the ball game, and that brings up the cleanup hitter, Eddie House.
Well, that PNJ team, they've got the Anvil coaching them this year in Paul Landry, but you know, that Cape team, they come loaded for bear every year.
Yeah.
If somehow the locals can stick around and force some uncomfortable situations with the Cape on Sunday, they may have a shot.
Eddie House into shallow center field, and Luke Tyree comes on and makes the catch. And quickly there are 2 down. And now it's Dustin Harris coming to the plate with an RBI opportunity.
And he's a good guy for the RBI opportunities. He's 26 coming into the night. Older brother Dylan, a mainstay on a couple of championship teams for the Bravehearts, and now a member of the Cincinnati Reds organization. The Bravehearts really like the way he swings the bat, and he has made him look good all season long. First pitch up and away for a ball. Candiotti, a great name for a pitcher. Remember Tom Candiotti?
I do. I think he threw a knuckleball,
I think he threw a knuckleball, yeah.
Well, here's an opportunity. Certainly a single would bring in Ricciardi. This one's skied in the air.
Be a tough single at this point.
Morissette makes the catch. It'd be one of those, the Channel 3 singles that we score singles in some of our highlights. But the Bravehearts threaten. They strand 2 after 1 complete. We're scoreless in Worcester.
Little work.
of golf, right, guys?
Hey, speaking of work, I've settled a ton of accident cases. Cheap.
Not me. I've got a big case with a big problem.
Come on, you give injured people a little money, they'll go away happy.
They've got a lawyer.
Yeah, who is it?
Joseph J. Cariglia.
I hate those guys.
Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia, where you pay a lawyer only if you collect money.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects that the healthcare industry will gain 5.6 million jobs by 2020. Be well respected and a valuable asset to any healthcare office. At Porter & Chester, you can begin your career in 9 to 12 months as a medical assistant, dental assistant, or even in medical billing and coding. We offer a different kind of educational environment where students learn practical skills in a hands-on setting. Visit us at porterchester.com. Porter & Chester, career training for today's jobs.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Rich.
Took my advice and came to Cantiani Insurance.
It's in a great location with easy parking. They even have free registry service. They even saved me $350 on my auto insurance. Thanks for the tip.
Hey, that's funny. They combined my homeowners and car insurance, and they saved me over $250.
Hey, you guys. I've been a customer here for years. They're the best.
They are the best. Why haven't you called Cantiani Insurance yet?
Welcome back, everyone. Great crowd here on a Friday night in Worcester. They love their baseball in Worcester. Such a great tradition of baseball here in Worcester and here at Fitton Field, the place where Ted Williams hit his first home run in the state of Massachusetts and played his first game in the state of Massachusetts as a member of the Boston Red Sox. The field was configured a little differently.
Wow.
But everyone knows that, everyone has seen that picture, certainly in Worcester and around here. It's kind of like the Bobby Orr picture.
Yeah. I'll tell you, you know, you go away for a couple of days, you come back, and you've got it all going, Kev.
Well,
you know, I feel like we're doing. I feel like we're doing the Tornadoes debut game again when you're talking about Ted Williams, and here we are. We just went back in time 12 years.
Ooh, hot shot! Look out! That's wild to think too. That when we go back to that seat, and unfortunately, I think the tapes are gone because we had to consolidate. But it would have been nice. That would be a nice. There would be a nice. You know, turn back the clock like all summer long, run like, you know, Nesson used to do this too, like just run the best of and kind of run like old Red Sox games they used to run every once in a while. We could run old Tornadoes games. People would be like, oh, I remember that guy. I remember that team.
Yeah, the best of. They'd be like, Lacombe and Shea were there then? What? How long have those two been around?
We could.
You don't have to worry about any like rights or anything because it's just be you and I doing games.
That's exactly right.
With a smattering of maybe Murph or
that's right.
A couple others in there.
Yep. That's it. If you want to see the, you know, the man landing on the moon, it's you and I making that call.
Yep.
Some of the great moments
in
American,
there for that.
American history. Swing and a miss. Stills gets the strikeout.
Be a pretty good promo, actually.
You know, it really would be. These guys,
just
they've seen it all.
How long has Kevin and Andy been at Channel 3?
That would be great. Things we've seen. And then just green screen it. Put us in front of some great moments in history.
Yeah.
Kennedy's inaugural speech. Here's you and I talking about it.
I was at the Berlin Wall, the Berliner.
Yep. When they were building the Great Wall of China, I was there doing a package, a feature piece.
You were there,
previewing what the wall might look like.
Yep, you were on a horse, I believe.
Yep, I was.
On horseback.
Genghis Khan had ridden me over on horseback. Popped up, Koffel gives chase, and it's just out. Ford, when he debuts the first Model T, we could show you doing the stand-up near it.
You know, it's great because we've got some people that could even play. Like, got some extras. Like Dave Bolduc could play Kennedy. He
that's
give
right.
The speech.
That's a good point.
His hair hasn't moved since Kennedy was in office. So he could definitely play JFK.
In the air to left center field. Sidwell and Tavares. Tavares takes it in center. 2 down. That was Ryan Berardino, whose grandfather played here at Holy Cross in the Holy Cross Hall of Fame.
Red Sox scout, right?
Yeah. A long-time member of the Red Sox organization, Dick Berardino. Boldy would be a great reporter too for any type of like hurricane, tsunami, anything like that, because of the hair never moving.
True.
Woo. Odd shot. It's always tough when these lights come on. When
it's like they're putting us under the heat lamps.
Yeah. You feel like French fries at Roy
If
Rogers.
they knew where we worked and how they try to conserve energy,
That's
and
true.
how we edit in the dark.
That's a very good point. We could show that too.
Like Paul Revere.
Yep.
Hang a candle.
2 candles. In the old days, that's how we'd get our scores.
If there's one light, in the sports edit bay, that means Shea's editing. There's 2, that means Lacombe or Brenna. So a lot of times there's just 2 lights.
That's right. Swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes.
It means Shea's on the phone somewhere. 2 lights is Shea by the telephone.
Blinking.
Yep.
Almost got him. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We could have the way we used to get scores, the old telegraph. We're getting this just in now. Shrewsbury Legion victorious. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for the youngster, Mackenzie Stills.
Local sports have a unique way of bringing families together, bringing generations together, bringing neighbors together. In Central Mass, you have families that have been here for years, and you have grandparents that played at a certain high school, and they're watching their grandson or granddaughter play at their same high school. And there's something real special about that. Everyone comes out on a Friday night for football or to support the basketball team or the softball team, and everyone wants to support their team, and everyone feels whether or not they have a son or daughter playing, or even if they don't know anyone on the roster, they come out because they went to school there or they're from that town. And for us to be able to cover that is really unique, really special, and really gratifying.
We'll run into people all the time, whether they're home from college or they're visiting family and they don't live in the area anymore, or they'll say, hey, how's my team doing? How are these guys going to be this year? And so people remember where they came from. They remember their high schools. They remember their playing days. And
if you were from here, you know how unique and how special it is that you can get coverage of your high school and your college.
We have a bond with the community. They appreciate us. We appreciate them. To hear people cheer for you when you show up, because you're just there covering the game. We're not the game, but it's cool.
I've had people tell me that we brought high school sports to a whole new level in Central Mass because of the way we cover high school sports and cover them like they're professional athletes.
All right, and welcome back to Hanover Insurance Park, Fitton Field. Kevin Shea, Andy Lacombe. Worcester Bravehearts baseball, and the Bravehearts looking to sweep the doubleheader from the Nashua Silver Knights. They won Game 1, and the sun has just set over the Rotmans building. So the field now completely in the shadows. The lights are on.
Good hitting canvas right now for the middle part of the order. Brett Koffel leading things off.
Koffel, one of the great leaders on this team, and they have a lot of them. J.P. Pine has talked about the veterans they have on this team and how it's kind of unusual to have so many veterans, but it's been a blessing, and the way that they lead and the example they set. He said, particularly for the kids that are high school kids going into college, like a Mackenzie Stills. He's going to be a freshman at Vanderbilt this year, so those guys can just learn a lot from the way that these veterans conduct themselves.
That's
Sliced
trouble.
Into right field, that will get down, and Koffel will put the brakes on as he rounds first. It's a leadoff single for the Bravehearts.
And they didn't get anything out of the first inning, but they brought 5 guys to the plate, stretched it out a little bit against Candiotti, got some looks at him. It was just, they're making it really difficult on pitchers to put them down in order and get into a rhythm. Mackenzie Stills can get into a rhythm, but his only problem now is if the Bravehearts have long innings offensively and how he keeps his rhythm. But it's very difficult for the opposing pitcher to try to find any rhythm when you're constantly getting hit a little bit around the park. Gonzalez swings and misses through the first one, 0-1.
This is a kid that just looks like a great athlete, and he is a great athlete. Looks like he could hit the ball a mile, too. He could set those fireworks off early. The fireworks they set off from the football field. He's a left-handed bat. If he gets a hold of one, he could set those charges off early.
I know one young lady. She's a big fan of Gonzalez. Talking him up. Anytime she gets the opportunity.
Here's Gonzalez going the other way with the pitch, and this one's going to get foul and down. In around that bullpen area and around the cookout area, the big tent.
Yeah, did you go to the cookout today?
I didn't.
No.
I did not.
I got to tell you, when we get
I was herding cats.
A quick second. Speaking of herding cats, I played wiffle ball with Eric Lindquist and Tom Matthews last night, and Adam Webster and the Media No Stars. We went to Camp Joslin, which is a camp for kids with diabetes, type 1 diabetes in Charlton. And they got the Barton Center, the Barton camp in Oxford, and then the Joslin camp in Charlton. Well, we got smoked, mainly because I don't think Lindquist and Matthews have played, or I have played wiffle ball in like 20 years.
That would probably
combined.
be a fair assessment.
And so we got beat, but man, we've never played before a more raucous crowd. There were maybe 300 kids. They were chanting, they were singing. I felt big time.
You felt like a rock star.
It was an awesome, awesome night, and those camps are really special places, especially to the families and the kids that go there, and the kids that go there and then become counselors. It's a great place, and they do great work.
And it may be the first, I mean, it's only one game, but Linker has been kicked out of most summer leagues.
Yeah.
He was in the kickball league for a while. He got kicked out of that league.
Well,
so the fact that he didn't get kicked out of the game may be a moral victory in some ways for the media team.
You'd have to go to Twitter. I think Matthews had it. Lindquist nearly took out one of the camp counselors running to first on his first at-bat. And then he immediately called for like a sub in his second or third at-bat, so he had a sub batting for him.
He knows what he's doing.
So he went like 5 for 5, but really someone else had like 3 or 4 hits for him.
He's a wily veteran. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
No flies on Linker. And if anyone was going to start some trouble, it would be Linker.
Yeah, I was hoping he would.
Stirring it up a little bit.
I was hoping he would, but the other team was bigger than us. Get a walk here and 2 aboard.
Something brewing again. So this is the second straight inning that Worcester has had the first 2 batters get aboard. Kirk Sidwell, the left fielder. You know, the battle cry for the Wachusett baseball team when they were making their run to the Super 8 was get him on, get him over, get him in. The Bravehearts have gotten him on, they've gotten him over, now they just got to get him in.
I did not know that battle cry.
One of the players talked about it. Chris Murphy, one of the assistant coaches at Wachusett, watched the spot and said, "Hey, they actually listened to us." He goes, "That was great to hear. I didn't think they ever listened to us."
Murph. One of the all-time greats. So 0-1 to Sidwell.
And this one's to right field. It's sinking, but it is caught. No chance at a tag. Austin White makes the grab out there in right field. Edison Tavares. Edison Tavares with a chance here for an RBI. 1 out. Still 2 on.
Yeah, pretty good speed here in the 9-hole. Can leg one out if he has to, but you know, pretty good hitter so far in his time with the Bravehearts. You know, and Tavares came because Thrasher there, the other outfielder, was hurt, so he stepped in and done very well.
And that's outside. 2-0, the count to Tavares.
And you got to watch out because you got Johnny Pesky there, the walking man up on deck. Ricciardi.
Johnny Pesky. Tavares with a 2-0 count. Candiotti delivers. This one's down the line, but it's slicing just foul.
I once in a town league game went 0 for 0 with 4 walks. And my Pepe called me Johnny Pesky, the walking man. And I didn't even know that was Johnny Pesky's nickname. But
I didn't either.
Pep called him that. He was,
so
he was more with the era of Johnny Pesky. So
it's official. If Pep says it, so it is official.
I was Johnny Pesky, the walking man. How about that? 0 for 0 with 4 walks. I probably didn't score any runs because I was slow. Super slow.
You maybe broke up a double play, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lumbering into second, spikes high.
Yeah.
3-1, the count to Tavares. Ricciardi is on deck. Scoreless in the bottom of the second from picturesque Hanover Insurance Park. And that one's fouled back, and the count goes full. Candiotti's thrown a lot of pitches. I mean, it's 1 1/3 innings.
Yeah.
He's thrown a lot of pitches. A lot of full counts.
He needs to start throwing the knuckleball like Tom Candiotti.
Right.
Take a little wear off his arm.
Yeah, get some ground ball outs.
There's a lot of kids throwing the knuckleball now. In the summer leagues we cover.
If you can master it. Beautiful job of battling up there by Tavares. Just working the count. Here comes the full count, the payoff pitch to Tavares, and he walked him. Ooh. So the bases are loaded for Mariano Ricciardi.
That was a close take.
Yep.
Ricciardi could give the Bravehearts the lead and set a franchise record if he walks.
That's right.
And he could be 0 for 0.
He could pass his brother, be 0 for 0 with an RBI, right? You get an RBI for walking.
Yeah.
0 for 0 with an RBI, and sitting a little taller at the dinner table when he looks across from his brother saying, there's the new record holder.
Yeah, Dante will give him.
Dante would set him straight. But there's no doubt that Mariano stirs it up with his brother. Mariano had a phenomenal career at Worcester Academy.
I saw Dante. He was hauling TVs this summer sometime with Alan Levine over there at Percy's.
Oh, nice. Learning the business side of it.
About to go into his senior year at Bryant. Great kid.
And that's a great business school, too. Ricciardi up the middle liner, and it's a beautiful diving catch by Tyler Littlefield, who takes away at least 1 run, maybe 2. Highway robbery.
Yeah, and you know what? The momentum it was kind of dying on him.
Yep.
So he couldn't even get up and try to make a play on Gonzalez in second. It looked at one point like he might have been able to get back there, but Gonzalez does well to read that ball.
So here's Chris Rinaldi, the designated hitter, in the number 2 hole tonight.
This is exactly the guy you want up in this situation. He's a contact hitter. He'll put one in play, and he'll either make Nashua have to make a play or he'll put the ball where they aren't.
5 base runners so far for the Worcester Bravehearts through an inning and 2/3, but still scoreless with Nashua. Inside. Rinaldi ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes.
Or he'll take a walk.
Yeah. 3-0. What do you do here?
Still a perfect guy. I give him the take.
I think
even though it's Rinaldi, give him the take. It's early enough. And you can still see 2 good pitches.
I mean, this is a lot of pitches that he has thrown.
He walked him.
Wow, walks in a run. Rinaldi draws the walk. Brett Koffel comes in, and the Bravehearts have a 1-0 lead.
It's going to draw a visit from the pitching coach. Coach never just sent his guy out there and have a chat with Candiotti. No action in the Nashua bullpen. 7-inning second half of a doubleheader. What do we got going on in the booth here? We got a couple popcorns and a fried dough. Advantage, fried dough.
Yep. Riles is the popcorn kid, though.
I
He
do
can
love
tell you.
popcorn, but fried dough is a special treat.
Riles could probably tell you about fried dough in every ballpark in the city. But I'm with you. I love the fried dough, too. Ireland's a connoisseur of the fried dough. She's got all kinds of powdered sugar on it.
Love it. You got to drench that fried dough.
Here's Michael Delicari. 11 members of the Bravehearts named to the All-Star team. The All-Star game played just 2 nights ago in Nashua at historic Holman Stadium. Peterman's winding up some red noses. He's always got something. He's got the great plaid jacket, though. He's ready to roll. Delicari skies it in the air. Second baseman calls for it, Littlefield. And so the Bravehearts leave them loaded. They do get one. After 2 complete, it is 1-0 Worcester.
If you feel like you're getting knocked around by the big insurance company, call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. Whether it's a car accident, slip and fall, or dog bite, don't sign anything from the insurance company until you've talked to a lawyer. Hiring a lawyer can double or even triple the initial settlement offer. Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Let the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia fight for you.
You love working on cars. From classics to high performance, you're happiest when you're under the hood. Turn your passion into a rewarding career as an automotive technician. At Porter & Chester Institute, you'll get hands-on training on engines from bumper to bumper, using industry-standard tools and diagnostic equipment. You'll be prepared with the skills you need and industry tools you can take with you to start your new career. Visit us at porterchester.com. Porter & Chester, career training for today's jobs.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Rich.
Took my advice and came to Cantiani Insurance.
It's in a great location with easy parking. They even have free registry service. They even saved me $350 on my auto insurance. Thanks for the tip.
Hey, that's funny. They combined my homeowners and car insurance, and they saved me over $250.
Hey, you guys. I've been a customer here for years. They're the best.
They are the best. Why haven't you called Cantiani Insurance yet?
Welcome back. Mackenzie Stills has faced the league minimum through 2 1-2-3 innings for Stills. And so Tyler Littlefield, who made that great catch at second base, robbing Worcester of at least 1 run, maybe 2. He will lead it off for Nashua. Summer Nationals aren't in Worcester anymore, but you wouldn't.
That might be Jason
wouldn't
Snell
know.
just arriving. No, he was already here. That might
On
be
his
him
Harley?
in his hot rod. Oh, he's got that Mustang, I think, right? Or
Does he have a Mustang?
Is it a Mustang or a Dodge Charger? I think it's a Mustang, right?
Ooh.
You haven't seen it? You see, you got
No.
You don't hang around long enough after the game.
No, it's true. The Dodge Charger is a powerful car. I believe that wasn't the General Lee a Dodge Charger in the Dukes of Hazzard?
I don't know. You know what I saw the other day? I saw a Dodge Dart, like a new Dodge Dart. It doesn't look like the old Dodge Dart.
I was going to say I didn't even know they made those.
Before my time, in your time.
Yeah, in my time. Right there with the Pinto. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Stills is ahead in the count. 70s, early 80s living. No seat belts.
Yeah, my dad had one of those. He had a Pinto.
You got a pickup truck. You can put as many people in the way back as you want to in the bed. Here it is. Harris hit third, over to first. He got him. Good job by Gonzalez getting the toe down after he leaped in the air to make the catch, and the leadoff batter is retired.
Important to get the leader, especially when you get that 1 run. Now, Worcester, all those opportunities, only 1 run. So it keeps the pressure on Stills, and you feel like he doesn't really mind.
No.
You know, he just goes out, does his business. And, you know, sometimes 1 or 2 runs with him on the mound this year has been perfectly okay.
Dylan Jones, the catcher, fouls the first pitch off the plate. You're right.
Nashua just hosted the All-Star game on Wednesday night. You mentioned 11 Bravehearts were up there. They played Team Nashua against the Dodgers. I'm not really sure what that was about.
They said the original baseball team, and that one's foul, the original baseball team to play at Holman Stadium was affiliated with the Dodgers.
And it was, I think, the 80-year birthday of Holman Stadium.
Yeah, so that they
park.
were kind of celebrating that and naming one team, or the home team, the Dodgers, and the other team. And they split the Bravehearts, and they split, you know, teams up, so it wasn't like all 11 Bravehearts were on one All-Star team. They were split up.
Holman Stadium's a great take-in if you have a chance to go on the road.
We saw a couple
Plus
characters there, El Guapo.
They used to, I don't know if they still have, they used to have Chick-fil-A there.
That's right. Well, at the time it
sandwiches.
was, and that was like a white elephant at the time. You never saw
one.
a Chick-fil-A. That was the first time maybe that you and I had seen one, certainly north of the border.
North of Virginia.
Yes. You're a long way from Virginia.
Oh.
He punches him out. Third strikeout of the game for Stills. And Stills working on a nice little thing right here, retiring the first 8 batters that he's faced.
We saw him come in that first game. Well, not the first game, but one of his first big appearances. Does he look like he's about 3 years older now?
Yes.
I mean, that was only three weeks ago. He looked like a young kid. And man.
Now he looks like he's been pitching here for 4 years.
He looks like he's pitched a year at Vanderbilt already.
You're right.
You know, you pitch a year at Vanderbilt, you're not necessarily going to be in this league.
You're right.
But
I mean, just the confidence level of this guy.
He looks like he can go. We might be seeing him in the College World Series.
I think you're right.
In a couple of years.
Well, you know what?
Starter.
Maybe we can save this tape, the old beta tape. So they're now, I don't know what they're on.
We're not on beta.
Yeah, I don't know what's on now in the truck. On to second, and it's another 1-2-3 inning. 9 up, 9 down for Mackenzie Stills. After 2.5, it's 1-0 Bravehearts.
If you were injured in a car accident, would you call Joseph J. Cariglia?
Absolutely. The insurance companies have lawyers on their side.
You bet I want Joseph J. Cariglia on mine.
Sure I would. Make one call, let them deal with all the hassles.
It's a smart choice. You don't pay anything unless they win your case.
If I were injured, I'd want all the help I could get. Wouldn't you?
Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
A blocked sewer line caused an overflow of sewage into Lake Quinsigamond Tuesday. A resident told officers their pet peacock has gone missing. An 18-year-old Clinton High School student facing several charges.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
Welcome back. Candiotti on the hill for inning number 3. He will face Eddie House as Worcester sent 7 batters to the plate last inning. Eddie House will lead it off. He flew out to center in the first. House, another member of the All-Star team, the All-Star 11 for Worcester.
It's a lot of All-Stars, 11 guys. It's a big, big group. And House just really been with the club for a couple of weeks. Out of St. Mary's College. Bit of a steal for Kevin Hardigan, J.P. Pine. Right back up the middle, base hit.
professional hitter Eddie House.
The leadoff man has been aboard in all 3 innings for the Bravehearts.
Candiotti's been walking on a thin line, hasn't he, with all these batters on base and only 1 run?
He's been an escape artist, and he nearly could have got out of it last inning without giving up the run. House just a professional hitter, as you said. He's Mel Falou. The old Mel Falou. Where have you been, Mel Falou?
Where are they now? Dustin Harris.
There's a guy in this league called Irvin Falou. He is not Mel Falou. I knew Mel Falou, and he is no Mel Falou. At least not yet.
No. Mel Falou was a member of Brockton for years. He was a member of a couple different teams in the Can-Am League, I believe, but he always was a professional hitter. Mel Falou. It'd be a great stage name. Mel Falou. These hats, these Worcester News Tonight hats look fantastic on
EG
people
looks
here.
good. Gonna put a petition out. Oh, there's a rip.
Harris puts a charge into one deep to right. On the run and a great grab. Up against the wall, Austin White. Sensational catch by White, tracking that down and leaping against the wall.
Yeah, he
had Rob Harris.
He just had a great jump on the ball. Outfielders, you see that ball off contact, you start back, right? And so there he goes. And a great jump from White. Knows where he is out there, like he's been playing right field all along. A lot of right fielders, that's a double. That's a nice play. Even in this league with the high quality caliber out there, that gives some people some trouble.
Here's Brett Koffel, the catcher. He's scored the only run of the game and led off last inning. And he pops out for the second out of the inning.
And that's really been the saving grace for Candiotti. He's getting the Bravehearts to take healthy hacks at balls up in the zone, and they're popping them straight up.
There's Jack Gonzalez.
If he can somehow get a quick inning here and extend his stay in this game. Gotta like it though, if you're Candiotti. Maybe you don't have your best stuff, or the Bravehearts were on you a little bit, and you have battled to this point, and your team is only down a run.
Yeah, he certainly has done his
game.
job.
It's a shortened game, but you're almost halfway through a game now if you're talking 7 innings, but there's still plenty of work left to be done, and he's keeping his team right there.
A dribbler to third.
That was a dribbler.
Max Gioni couldn't handle it, had a lot of English on it, little spin. Let's see how they score it. They scored it an error.
Yeah. That was a dribbler in every sense of the term. He did not get solid contact on that ball.
So 2 on. There have been at least 2 Bravehearts on in every single inning. Kirk Sidwell now the batter. And this one's on the ground to the right side. Nice stop at first, and he's safe. And here comes the run to the plate. The throw is wild. And the Bravehearts manufacture a run. It was a nice diving grab by Ryan Berardino, but the flip to the pitcher was high. And then Eddie House comes all the way around to score with some aggressive running. 2-0 Worcester.
Yeah, JP Pine is like Wendell Kim over there. He's just waving everybody around. But this is a great heads-up play from Coach and from House. It's a bang-bang play at first. And Ed Riley, you talked about high school baseball. Ed Riley, the St. Peter Marion coach, says you put balls in play and things happen. You force teams to make plays. And he knows. He's a former AAA pitcher for the Pawtucket Red Sox.
And they
put the
scored
ball
that a
in
hit
play.
too.
I think that's a hit.
I agree.
And put it in play and force the other team to make plays. Because things like that are going to happen.
So an RBI single for Sidwell. And now Tavares is the batter. So you think too, okay, you have the miscue at third, then the next shot is that tough play. It brings in a run. Now Candiotti's throwing a few more pitches here. Another batter comes up. It all adds up, even in a short and 7-inning game. Tavares on the ground to short. Flip to second. For the second straight inning, the Bravehearts put one across, and after 3 complete, it's 2-0 Worcester.
Little work, a lot of golf, right, guys?
Hey, speaking of work, I've settled a ton of accident cases. Cheap.
Not me. I've got a big case with a big problem.
Come on, you give injured people a little money, they'll go away happy.
They've got a lawyer.
Yeah, who is it?
Joseph J. Cariglia.
I hate those guys.
Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia, where you pay a lawyer only if you collect money.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects that the healthcare industry will gain 5.6 million jobs by 2020. Be well respected and a valuable asset to any healthcare office. At Porter & Chester, you can begin your career in 9 to 12 months as a medical assistant, dental assistant, or even in medical billing and coding. We offer a different kind of educational environment where students learn practical skills in a hands-on setting. Visit us at porterchester.com. Porter & Chester, career training for today's jobs.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Rich.
Took my advice and came to Cantiani Insurance.
It's in a great location with easy parking. They even have free registry service. They even saved me $350 on my auto insurance. Thanks for the tip.
Hey, that's funny. They combined my homeowners and car insurance, and they saved me over $250.
Hey, you guys. I've been a customer here for years. They're the best.
They are the best. Why haven't you called Cantiani Insurance yet?
Top of the 4th inning, beautiful shot of the ballpark on a gorgeous night in late July here in the crown jewel of the Commonwealth, Worcester, Massachusetts. Stills, and he slipped. And see what they score this, because he had a no-hitter going through 3. He had actually perfect.
That's a hit.
He was perfect through 3. And a little chopper, a swinging bunt, if you will, is the first hit of the ball game.
That's got to be a hit.
I would think so. First hit of the ball game.
And the thing
for
is,
Nashua.
you just love the way Stills attacks his position as a fielder.
Oh, it was a bunt. I thought he swung.
He just attacks it, and if he doesn't slip, he's going to make an athletic play on that ball. You've seen him do it a couple of times already this year. A bunt for your first hit.
I was just going to say, now let's go over baseball etiquette here. And what do you think?
Murph throws at you. Murph
this is the 4th inning. It's a 4th inning of a 7-inning game. It's not the 1st or 2nd inning.
It's called Murph.
Yep.
Murph might,
I'll text Murph.
Murph
4th
might
inning.
Throw at you.
4th inning of a 7-inning game. You got a perfect game going, and you bunt.
I mean,
I would say Murph's definitely throwing at the next batter.
Well, I mean, not the next batter, because it's a 2-0 game, but
he's still Murph's throwing.
That guy's coming up later in the game, and you've got a good lead. He might get if Murph's there.
Yep.
JP, I think, is a little nicer than Murph. I'm not sure.
I think so.
Murph's old school.
Yeah, he is.
That was close. I almost got him.
I'm gonna check in. We'll check in with Murph and get his the old school.
See where Murph is right now. Might be about around town.
He could be. Another bunt attempt.
Maybe they've identified a wet spot in front of the plate that they think the pitcher will slip on.
Maybe they have.
Play some real small ball here, but any means necessary to get on base. You got to do it. White made that nice play in the field. And then gets himself aboard. Tyree squared around again.
Maybe it is some kind of strategy. Here we go.
Hey. See where Tyree goes here. The 2-1 hitters count. Squares again. Perfect bunt.
Oh, that is a perfect bunt. Harris's throw is high.
Yep.
And it gets into
they
right
got him.
field.
They got
Good
him in a
job
rundown.
back in-
Oh,
Oh,
baby.
no, here we go. And this is going to score a run. So Nashua manufacturing a run. And again, the bunt. Luke Tyree with a perfect bunt, but that'll definitely be a couple errors on the play.
Oh, that one hurts.
Yep, it does.
You throw the ball. You throw the ball around like that. You have a clear out, and you just make some mistakes there. You get a little charged up. But again, you put the ball in play, things happen.
Yeah,
and that's
well,
what's going on here.
Put some pressure on the defense. Make them make a play. You're right. And look at this, third batter in a row.
Yep. Ed Riley said to me earlier this year, he said, Kev. I go, it's Andy. He goes, all right, Kev, you got to put the ball in play. And things happen.
That's great.
Look at that. Look at that. That's a pound of French fries that has just entered the booth.
That one's fouled back. The first swing, really, of this inning. So Nashua just manufacturing runs here on 2 bunts. They've scored a run. On the ground to short, should be 2. Can they turn it? No.
Too slow.
And the throw gets away. Fortunately, it takes a room service hop off that backboard. Gonzalez able to grab it. Morissette is on first.
JP's going to get the whole infield together right now. This is more than a mound visit. He's going to get the whole infield together and slow everything down. Yep, that's what this is. This is not a mound visit necessarily to talk to your pitcher.
Yep.
Team Shea is crushing the ball game right now.
Yeah, they are.
Fried dough, French fries, popcorn, gator. Wow. I mean, crushing.
All 4 food groups.
Those are 4 food groups for Team Shea.
Represented.
Crushing the ballpark.
There's Jake LaBelle, 6'5", 268 pounds.
He's a big cat.
From South Berwick, Maine. He's Paul Bunyan. He could be Johnny John Shea up there in Maine. A great woodsman.
He's bunting.
Oh, man. When you have 6'5", 268 bunting.
Someone just did this. Who just did this? Was it a Legion game or a Senior Ruth game we were at where we saw 3 or 4 straight bunts trying to make something happen? It might have even been EG. There's a hit.
Here it is, slapped into right field. And it's a single for LaBelle. First and second, 1 out. And Stills has got to bear down, he's got to battle. And this is as much mental as anything else for a young pitcher now.
That's a good little test.
Errors.
Good little test here. Hey, you still got the lead. You got 1 out, double plays in play, and nothing has been hit solid off you yet.
Ryan Berardino played his high school ball at Lincoln Sudbury and is now at the Harvard of Waltham, Bentley University.
You know, just because you bring the graduate, there's one, and good takeout there.
Yep. That was Mariano Ricciardi, and he is bent. You see that? He threw sand at him. He's bent. He wants a piece of the lumberjack.
The benches are frothing.
Yeah, they
right
are
now.
And you see, J.P. Pine told his bench, "Stay right there, stay right there." Mariano just threw dirt at the lumberjack, LaBelle.
Eddie House,
after he got taken out.
Eddie House waved at the bench of Nashua and said, "Go sit down."
Did he?
That's it. They're giving him a double play. The home plate umpire went out and made the call on the takeout slide that the base umpire did not make. That's the inning.
Wow.
Good night.
Fireworks started early.
Local sports have a unique way of bringing families together, bringing generations together, bringing neighbors together. In Central Mass, you have families that have been here for years, and you have grandparents that played at a certain high school, and they're watching their grandson or granddaughter play at their same high school. And there's something real special about that. Everyone comes out on a Friday night for football or to support the basketball team or the softball team, and everyone wants to support their team, and everyone feels, whether or not they have a son or daughter playing, or even if they don't know anyone on the roster, they come out because they went to school there or they're from that town. And for us to be able to cover that is really unique, really special, and really gratifying.
We'll run into people all the time, whether they're home from college or they're visiting family and they don't live in the area anymore, or they'll say, hey, how's my team doing? How are these guys going to be this year? And so people remember where they came from. They remember their high schools. They remember their playing days. And
if you were from here, you know how unique and how special it is that you can get coverage of your high school and your college.
we have a bond with the community. They appreciate us. We appreciate them. To hear people cheer for you when you show up, because you're just there covering the game. We're not the game, but it's cool.
I've had people tell me that we brought high school sports to a whole new level in Central Mass because of the way we cover high school sports and cover them like they're professional athletes.
All right, let's get a look here. LaBelle's the guy coming into second base. Well, I think they're saying you
came
can't
up.
tell. It's the leg. I think the leg was way outside the bag. That's what they were upset about.
Now the dirt throw is probably going to get Mariano 2 in the penalty box when he gets home.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And here he comes to the
Oh,
plate.
he's leading it off. This is your chance right here.
Here he comes to the plate. I think listen, I think the leg came up and off the bag. It was kind of a deep slide. I don't know that anything's done intentionally. I think I just think it's a big man.
Yeah.
And it's inertia. Maybe didn't slide the best there.
There's probably no malice
like
involved.
Big John. The bottom of this mine.
I remember that.
That's a big man.
Big John.
See?
Big
you
bad
know the
John.
classics.
I do know it. Oh, John Creedon
know the classics.
Has come in again. MVP.
Oh, my goodness.
With our favorites with the chicken fingers and fries, the Gatorades.
Oh, just quick out on a fly ball to center. Nice job. Candiani still living well to get these outs. All the danger he's been on.
Yeah, he's still battling here. And it's only a one-run game. Here he is in the fourth.
I don't know that he'll go 7, but he's certainly going to get them some help here. Silver Knights had to use a couple pitchers in game 1.
So here's Chris Rinaldi. Now this is our word from Chris Murphy, our old school rules interpreter, unofficial rules of the game.
Yep.
He says still a lot of game left. Fair game at that point if score is close. If it is not, he should not be bunting. Now the score was close, so it is fair game. So we'll say that our old school rules interpreter, the unofficial rules of baseball, Chris Murphy has said
it's okay.
It's okay.
All right.
In the air to center field. Tyree is under it, and there are 2 away.
Also from field level, EG telling us warnings were issued by the umpire.
I like it.
So wanted to make sure we were paying attention.
He's great.
He knows us well. He knows.
Yep, he does. He does know us so well. He's outstanding.
He knows chances are we're talking about something other than baseball.
He does know that. He's so good.
Silver Knights used 3 pitchers in the first game. Their starter went 4 innings. Of course, they only had to pitch 6 because the Bravehearts had the lead. Did not bat in the 7th inning. So
here's Delicari on the ground to second base.
Quick inning.
A 1-2-3 inning, the first one of the night for Candiotti.
If you feel like you're getting knocked around by the big insurance company, call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. Whether it's a car accident, slip and fall, or dog bite, don't sign anything from the insurance company until you've talked to a lawyer. Hiring a lawyer can double or even triple the initial settlement offer. Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Let the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia fight for you.
You love working on cars. From classics to high performance, you're happiest when you're under the hood. Turn your passion into a rewarding career as an automotive technician. At Porter & Chester Institute, you'll get hands-on training on engines from bumper to bumper, using industry-standard tools and diagnostic equipment. You'll be prepared with the skills you need and industry tools you can take with you to start your new career. Visit us at porterchester.com. Porter & Chester, career training for today's jobs.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Rich.
Took my advice and came to Cantiani Insurance.
It's in a great location with easy parking. They even have free registry service. They even saved me $350 on my auto insurance. Thanks for the tip.
Hey, that's funny. They combined my homeowners and car insurance, and they saved me over $250.
Hey, you guys. I've been a customer here for years. They're the best.
They are the best. Why haven't you called Cantiani Insurance yet?
Our next game comes your way next Friday night. Martha's Vineyard and the Worcester Bravehearts, the Martha's Vineyard Sharks.
Could be 1-2 still
You're
in
right.
the Futures League for that one. We're here the next
Couple
next
Fridays,
2 Fridays,
right?
Yeah. Some of us more than others.
That's great. And that one's chopped foul. Mackenzie Stills.
Did you let Murph know that he is now known as our old school rules interpreter?
No, but I will have to tell him that.
Yeah.
He's asking me what game it was, what league. He said, was it Legion? I've just texted him, no, Bravehearts. So I don't believe he knows that he's been relayed as on TV as our old school unofficial rules of the game interpreter.
Rules of the game interpreter. Well, we know that J.P. Ricciardi would really enjoy that Murph.
Oh, he'd love it.
Is the old school rules interpreter. And so would Coach Peters.
He would love it.
Oh.
Stills hit him. Stills said, you can see right away. Said, my bad. So the leadoff batter is aboard for Nashua.
Well, in a one-run game, with a 1-2 count, you don't hit somebody. So
nope.
You can hear that, you know.
Yeah, I heard it.
It's a little different now. You hear the benches chirp.
Yeah.
Now, more so than you have in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear them chirp in summer ball, but when you get to college and you're playing here, I mean, not a knock on leagues where you got high school kids playing in it. Typically, you don't hear that.
No.
Because you throw that out in the Holy Cross bench, Coach D's probably coming right at you. You let him do the talking.
Yeah.
But that does confirm the warnings that were given.
Yep.
Again, information from ringside. From EG. Now
our own Harold Letterman.
We have Harold Letterman down there.
Eric Goldstein.
I'm going to put in, and this might cost me a Tatnick Senior Ruth hooded sweatshirt. I'm going to put in a request for Drew Goldstein to coach third base for Tatnick at least 2 games next year.
He was undefeated, right? As a coach this year?
As a head coach.
Drew, undefeated.
He's 1-0. But he really wants to coach third. But the manager, the skipper, is the guy who does that. But Drew wants to do it. So I'm gonna put in put in an informal request to have DG coach
get a
third
few
base.
games in third.
That was great. The Goldsteins are great. Joey, the oldest son, is out in San Jose, but Adam and Drew, covered them all at Doherty. Outstanding young men.
Oh, they're great.
And Adam's a heck of a ball player. They're all good ball players.
Yeah,
Adam's a heck of a ball player. Played in college at Denison, and he was a big Husky catcher when he left. And he's like a tall, svelte guy now.
He's done that.
Because he became a pitcher while he was there. If memory serves me.
That one's chopped foul. It's like Brian Abraham. Remember Brian Abraham did that too at St. John's. All of a sudden, when he left there, then he really slimmed it down when he was with the Blue Jays as the bullpen catcher and a video, in charge of the video stuff. We got some smack being talked here in the stands.
Oh, they got him! Wow! Look there are kids coming out of the dugout. There need to be some ejections in this game. Otherwise, they're going to lose control. I think the Silver Knights have a legitimate argument, but that's for Coach Neverett to make.
And he's
they got guys jumping out of their dugouts.
Well, for
that's
anyone
not
that
tolerated
says,
in Legion.
For anyone that says these games don't matter and these guys are just here to fine-tune their skills in the summer, it means something.
Nashua is in last place. They need to go on a huge kind of run here to make something happen. They care, no question about it. But they got to get control of the emotion down there.
Let's see, here's a look at it here. Here's Koffel firing down to first. Ooh, Nelly was right there on the glove on the bag. That's a great throw.
I like the way Jack Gonzalez handles himself down there, but it was a close play.
He's smooth.
I think you could make an argument that he was safe.
He is smooth, no doubt.
Bravehearts will take it. We'll take it too.
Tyler Littlefield. Ooh. Yeah, you put a hat in the air to try to catch it. You got to make the catch. There's a little kid down there. You can't just wave the hat around like you're taking up collection on a Sunday at church. You got to make that catch. You got to commit to it.
I barehanded one at Fenway. You believe that, Brady? I reached up, barehanded a foul ball. It was a pop-up. It wasn't a hard hit ball.
You believe it? Yes or no? True or false? False.
False.
That's false.
It's true. So you know Liz, my wife, she was sitting next to me, and behind her, this guy just tackled her. So Liz got wiped out.
God.
And then I had a wide open catch to catch the ball, yeah. Because Liz wasn't going for the ball, but the guy behind her dove and took Liz out. Yeah, Liz got sacrificed
Liz got
for the ball.
So you could make the catch.
And
you
the
could get the glory.
guy, he dove on top. He dove to get the ball, left his wife or girlfriend behind him screaming that the ball was going to hit her, but I saved her by catching the ball. It was Shannon Stewart.
You're
and
the hero.
The pitcher was Tim Wakefield. It was
Wow.
Toronto. It was Toronto and Boston.
Broken bat. Harris at third, over to first, and the side is retired.
Why not?
Bottom of the fifth coming up. It's 2-1 Worcester.
If you were injured in a car accident, would you call Joseph J. Cariglia?
Absolutely. The insurance companies have lawyers on their side.
You bet I want Joseph J. Cariglia on mine.
Sure I would. Make one call, let them deal with all the hassles.
It's a smart choice. You don't pay anything unless they win your case.
If I were injured, I'd want all the help I could get, wouldn't you?
Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia.
Local news from Central Massachusetts. for Central Massachusetts.
A blocked sewer line caused an overflow of sewage into Lake Quinsigamon Tuesday. A resident told officers their pet peacock has gone missing. An 18-year-old Clinton High School student facing several charges.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
Welcome back, everyone. It is the Bravehearts and the Nashua Silver Knights in Worcester in front of Nashua 2-1 through 4.5. The bottom of the fifth coming up for Worcester as Bravehearts looking to sweep the doubleheader today with Nashua. Won the first game.
What was the first game? 8 in a row?
Yeah.
8 straight, so 9 straight.
It
all started with a doubleheader in Bristol, if memory serves me, to get there, whatever it is, 15 out of 16 now.
Here's Eddie House.
14 out of 15, depending on whose math you follow.
That's a good point.
Eddie House looked at the Nashua bench and waved them back.
I like that. I like House.
He would be.
Imagine if he waved them on like a little Joe Kelly and a little John Wensink. John Wensink was I think the Hartford Whalers bench when he went over the bench.
That's probably the only good thing Joe Kelly's done all year.
But you know what? Joe Kelly will never pay for a meal in Boston for as long as he lives because of that.
I don't know, Kev. I mean, I saw him get lit up on back-to-back nights last week. And
were they booing
I think
him?
some people are ready to DFA Joe Kelly.
They've forgotten quickly. You will see that picture at like silent auctions. You know when you see the silent auctions, golf tournaments, whatever, fundraisers, like the U-Inc fundraiser that you emceed.
I did.
You'll see that picture with Joe Kelly, a lot of it. This one's popped up to first. And the leadoff batter is retired, House.
I saw the U-Inc folks today at the game. Great organization. Had Paul Pierce at their gala last year. My old schoolmate from Providence College, John Miller, gave me got me the gig.
Outstanding.
To MC with Paul Pierce. That was a thrill.
Johnny Miller.
Yep. John Miller out of Notre Dame in Connecticut. Where he went to high school.
And that one's slice foul.
Lives in Rutland now.
It's a great organization too. U-Inc, another one of the great organizations in Worcester. Dustin Harris. Worcester's got some guys that can hit the long ball.
We have a great friend who's at the top of the board there at U-Inc, Colby Bostick's mom.
Oh, that's right.
Great West Boylston athletes.
Yeah.
From their grandfather's side.
That's right. That's where they get their speed, as we are reminded.
Yeah.
By Mr. Bostick. The speed comes from him. Harris flies out to center, and so Candiotti had at least 2 base runners in each of the first 3 innings. And then last inning, he had a 1-2-3 inning. And then this inning, he's retired the first 2. And this is a guy who has only given up 2 runs. I say only.
I mean,
because there were 8 base runners through 3 innings.
If you look out at the board, there's only 6 hits between the 2 teams right now.
Candiotti settling
6
down
hits,
nicely.
4 errors.
Brett Koffel. Koffel pops it up. First baseman calls for it and makes the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning for Candiotti.
Little work, a lot of golf, right, guys?
Hey, speaking of work, I've settled a ton of accident cases, cheap.
Not me. I've got a big case with a big problem.
Come on, you give injured people a little money, they'll go away happy.
They've got a lawyer.
Yeah, who is it?
Joseph J. Cariglia.
I hate those guys.
Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia, where you pay a lawyer only if you collect money.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects that the healthcare industry will gain 5.6 million jobs by 2020. Be well respected and a valuable asset to any healthcare office. At Porter and Chester, you can begin your career in 9 to 12 months as a medical assistant, dental assistant, or even in medical billing and coding. We offer a different kind of educational environment where students learn practical skills in a hands-on setting. Visit us at porterchester.com. Porter and Chester, career training for today's jobs.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Rich.
Took my advice and came to Cantiani Insurance.
It's in a great location with easy parking. They even have free registry service. They even saved me $350 on my auto insurance. Thanks for the tip.
Hey, that's funny. They combined my homeowners and car insurance, and they saved me over $250.
Hey, you guys. I've been a customer here for years. They're the best.
They are the best. Why haven't you called Cantiani Insurance yet?
There he is, Gordy Cook from Carl's Diner in Oxford. He's got the Worcester News Tonight hat on. He's the best. He's such a great supporter of so many different charities and groups and organizations in central Massachusetts. Great friend of ours. He bought all the Shea Kids ice cream before the game, too.
I know, he didn't buy me an ice cream.
Couldn't be nicer. You go see him down at Carl's Oxford Diner. Most everyone in central Mass has eaten at Carl's.
Yeah. If you haven't, you should.
Oh, it's such an experience. It's one of those things that you can't call yourself a Central Mass guy or girl if you haven't been to Carl's Oxford Diner. The kids have been. Gordy gave him the fake fart machine button.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you push it under one of the tables and people walk by. Kids had a ball.
Yeah, it's not fine dining. You don't have
No,
to be
you
quiet.
gotta-
you can get after it.
Yeah.
But it's fine food.
Fine food, and you better bring your appetite, because if you don't eat well, the pink nail polish is coming out.
Yeah, I've seen you get it.
If you don't finish, if you don't really put on a good showing. So be prepared. But he is great. Gordy's such a good guy and supports so many different great causes in central Massachusetts, and particularly his hometown of Oxford. He's always helping out, always lending a hand. And remember the great feeds, the great frenzy feeds we had too.
Yes.
And did he go?
Got him.
Yeah.
Man, the Nashua guys aren't getting anything today.
They're not going to be happy.
They're not happy with anything they're getting today.
Nope.
Sometimes you eat the bar, and sometimes the bar eats you, as they say.
That's a Jackson special. I'm not happy, and neither is. We could run some of those, too, in the kind of a best of segment, because that was 16 years ago, right? 16 summers ago. The Jesse Burkett All-Stars.
Well, I think it's great that you're going to be going to Indiana, Kev, with the Uxbridge team.
You cannot set me up like that.
Boy, oh, you're not.
I think Joe Piscalis and Brenna will go down and chronicle. Beautiful grab by Harris at third on a wicked line drive down the line by White.
If you put Joe Piscalis in a car, because you're not going to fly.
No, they're going to.
We don't get flown anywhere.
No, they're driving.
Right? So if you put Piscalis in a car to Indiana, he may not come back.
No, I would definitely. There would have to be some odds, and odds would be that
he might end up in Canada.
Brenna just either kicks him out of the car while it's still going.
Oh, you think Brenna just offs him?
Well, I don't know, offs him. I think she either kicks him out of the car while they're driving.
Yep.
Or they pull over to get some food somewhere. Oh yeah, sure, Joe. I'm just going to. I forgot my money. It's at the car.
Look at this.
Gets in the car and takes off.
The pitcher takes it.
It's very unorthodox.
You're an athlete.
Very unorthodox, but it works. 1, 2, 3.
Local sports have a unique way of bringing families together, bringing generations together, bringing neighbors together. In Central Mass, you have families that have been here for years, and you have grandparents that played at a certain high school and they're watching their grandson or granddaughter play at their same high school. And there's something real special about that. Everyone comes out on a Friday night for football or to support the basketball team or the softball team, and everyone wants to support their team, and everyone feels whether or not they have a son or daughter playing, or even if they don't know anyone on the roster, they come out because they went to school there or they're from that town. And for us to be able to cover that is really unique, really special, and really gratifying.
We'll run into people all the time, whether they're home from college or they're visiting family and they don't live in the area anymore, or they'll say, hey, how's my team doing? How are these guys going to be this year? And so people remember where they came from. They remember their high schools. They remember their playing days. And
if you were from here, you know how unique and how special it is that you can get coverage of your high school and your college.
We have a bond with the community. They appreciate us. We appreciate them. To hear people cheer for you when you show up, because you're just there covering the game. We're not the game, but it's cool.
I've had people tell me that we brought high school sports to a whole new level in Central Mass because of the way we cover high school sports and cover them like they're professional athletes.
Outstanding. The Worcester Men of Song. Are they still going? I think they want to carry us to about 9:30. This is like the Whitney Houston version.
They did an encore in the middle of the. They did an encore in the middle of the song.
It was a little longer than I'm used to, but I love it. Always love God Bless America. They were outstanding. There's J.P. Ricciardi at the game, and
I got all these
JP
opportunities.
is a special assistant to the general manager of the New York Mets, Sandy Alderson. Sandy Alderson, diagnosed with cancer, had to take a leave from the team, so JP's really doing a lot.
What is Jay
right
doing
now with the team? I think they're talking batting stances.
Yeah.
I think he's talking batting stances with someone down there. But I know that he's very, he's busy before, but now he's taken on a lot more of an active role too. So it is. He's talking batting stances.
The Men of Song just finished singing, by the way. They continued singing out there.
I mean, were they Were they continuing to sing God Bless
No.
America? What was the song that they brought on? Here's Joe Grassett
I'm not
from
sure.
Amherst, New Hampshire.
We just don't have that many mics down there, unfortunately, to pick up what was going on. All these opportunities for me to cash in on my tickets.
I
tonight,
know.
Kev.
There he is.
Liz really wants to go to a Mets game.
At Citi Field. Used to be Shea Stadium.
Yep, she really wants to
Now
go.
it's Citi Field.
I'm not sure why, but she really wants to go to a Mets game.
You can go right into the city that never sleeps. 5'10", 145 is Joe Grassett from Amherst, New Hampshire. Plays at the University of Hartford. He's a junior.
Well, it'd be nice if the Bravehearts could get, for their standpoint, an insurance run here off the reliever. Candiotti closed the book. Oh, a sidewinder. Ball's well hit to center, but into the glove of the center fielder Tyree. One away.
A little John Candelaria, sidewinder. Dennis Eckersley used to give the thing. Dan Quisenberry, old of the Kansas City Royals.
How about Candiotti? 5 innings. Gotta believe only one earned.
Yeah.
The other one was an error.
He did a great job. And if Worcester can scratch out a win here to get the sweep, win their 9th in a row.
This guy's bringing a little sidewinder at you.
Kirk Sidwell, kind of a straight up and down stance. Lightly moving the bat, then he gets it set, big cut.
Yeah, see, that's like my wiffle ball stance.
Who am I thinking of that used to
go straight up? Mickey Tettleton?
That's it, Mickey Tettleton. Tigers, right?
Yeah.
I loved Mickey Tettleton. Just resting the bat on his
Tettleton.
shoulder, straight up and down, and he would take a vicious hack.
Jack Clark would have a nice stance like that, too.
Yeah, he did, Jack the Ripper. He took a healthy hack as well. He never got cheated. Let's see if Sidwell can send one over and out here. Give Worcester a little insurance. Again, this is just a 7-inning game because it's a doubleheader. So bottom of the 6th inning here, this would provide a lot. Dave Bolduc is putting on some miles here on the pedometer.
He's getting his steps
walking around. Jamie Reynolds doing a great job in the truck directing this game. And the count is full to the left fielder, Sidwell. Here comes the payoff pitch. Sidwell chops it foul. Oh! Is that Evan Schackenbach? Did Evan make a play on that? I think he may have. That was coming hot shot right at Evan. And I think Schackenbach made a play on it with the hand, like a self-defense too. That was hit, man. Sidwell's from Stetson University, 6'2", 208. From Windermere, Florida. And puts a charge into it, into the left field corner. Sidwell on his horse. And in standing at second, Stetson made it all the way to the regionals, super regionals in the NCAA tournament. Sidwell with a one-out double, rather. Tavares with an RBI opportunity. This would be that that insurance that we were talking about.
Pretty good guy to manufacture a run with here. Maybe a little small ball.
Yep. There's Tavares in the air to left center. It is caught by Tyree. Sidwell retreats to second base, so now 2 down. Mariano Ricciardi coming up. Ricciardi had the dust up at second.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
kicked up the dust.
Good opportunity here. Was playing in the beginning of the year with a broken finger. That misses outside, ball one. Pitch coming with Sidwell on second. A 2-1 game here in the top of the sixth. And this is a 7-inning game tonight, game 2 of the doubleheader. The third, fourth, and fifth batters coming up for Nashua. Ricciardi ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Chopper and a dive to keep it in the infield and possibly prevent a run. Nice job by Cody Morissette. But Ricciardi doing his job, an infield single, and there are runners at the corners with 2 outs. Here's Chris Rinaldi.
Rinaldi with a hit, a walk, and a walk in this one. An RBI with that walk. Brought in the game's first run. That was back in the second inning.
Do they put Ricciardi in motion here? That would be very aggressive.
I don't know that I would with the hitter at the plate. Again, a good contact hitter, so if it puts him in motion, it's probably a hit and run.
The infield is playing deep and shaded over. Second base shifted way over. Ooh, in there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes.
And you don't necessarily have to do that, Kev, because of where the second baseman's playing. As soon as the second baseman covers with a right-hander at the plate, if you want to put him in motion, your goal is to get the second baseman moving towards second and you go the other way. You don't need to do that. You can go the other way right now. The second baseman has a long run to try to keep that ball from going in the right field.
Yeah, there's a good hole out there. One and 2 the count to Rinaldi. Rinaldi in the air to center field. It is dropping. It's a hit. Worcester's got an insurance run, an RBI single for Rinaldi. Sidwell scores, and it's 3-1 Bravehearts.
Well, Chris Rinaldi's the guy you want up at the plate. He's the number 2 hitter, but he's a guy who just produces, finds ways to get on base.
Rally clap being embraced here in the booth.
19-game on base streak and a 14-game hitting streak right now.
Here's Delicari. Delicari could be, this is one of those positions for him where he could be kind of swinging from his heels. You got the insurance run now. He could be thinking 3-run bomb. Chopper up over the pitcher and the throw to first. Got him. Nice play by the shortstop Morissette. Last chance for Nashua coming up. They trail it by 2.
If you feel like you're getting knocked around by the big insurance company, call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. Whether it's a car accident, slip and fall, or dog bite, don't sign anything from the insurance company until you've talked to a lawyer. Hiring a lawyer can double or even triple the initial settlement offer. Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Let the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia fight for you.
You love working on cars. From classics to high performance, you're happiest when you're under the hood. Turn your passion into a rewarding career as an automotive technician. At Porter & Chester Institute, you'll get hands-on training on engines from bumper to bumper using industry-standard tools and diagnostic equipment. You'll be prepared with the skills you need and industry tools you can take with you to start your new career. Visit us at porterchester.com. Porter and Chester. Career training for today's jobs.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Rich.
Took my advice and came to Cantiani Insurance.
It's in a great location with easy parking. They even have free registry service. They even saved me $350 on my auto insurance. Thanks for the tip.
Hey, that's funny. They combined my homeowners and car insurance, and they saved me over $250.
Hey, you guys. I've been a customer here for years. They're the best.
They are the best. Why haven't you called Cantiani Insurance yet?
Welcome back, everyone. Last chance for the Nashua Silver Knights. Top of the 7th, it is 3-1 Nashua, 3-1 Bravehearts in front of Nashua. And Stills is on for his 7th inning of work. And he will be greeted by the 3rd, 4th, and 5th batters in the Nashua lineup. Cody Morissette, who made the nice play at short, leads it off. That's a ball upstairs.
This has been quite a scene here in the booth tonight.
Small zoo.
I'm thankful it's a 7-inning game.
I think we all are.
Now Rue is going after fried dough.
Rui may be the MVP. He has gone nonstop.
Crushing.
He actually even ate some chicken fingers, which is
he's a man after my own heart, Kevin.
Generally doesn't like anything of nutritional value. He's generally not a kid that's into nutritional value.
Nope.
But he's done some things here. Somewhere the Worcester Men of Song are continuing to sing.
They are. The songs never end.
Nope.
Yep.
Stills flips to first. The leadoff batter is retired.
I don't know that they keep a stat, but at least over the last month, Stills has to have the most putouts by a pitcher. He just goes after everything. He made the catch on the pop-up. He likes making plays. You're an athlete, make a play.
Jake LaBelle is the batter here, the big fella.
Uh-oh. Could be a little late-inning drama.
Winner of the Johnny John Shea Award, and he didn't like it. He's staring out at Stills.
You know what? Get a hit. That might be the best thing you can do.
He did not like that.
Stills is going up points left and right on the Bravehearts book.
Yeah.
And now he threw completely away from him.
That's all right.
Is that?
I'm telling you, I think the Men of Song are still singing here.
It's ringing through the booth.
They are. They are singing right here. Oh, big swing and a miss from the Lumberjack. And it's 2-1.
This place would roar if they could get
Oh,
him.
my God, would they ever. In there for a strike, Stills coming back. He was behind 2-0 in the count. He's pumped 2 straight strikes in there. The 2-2 pitch.
Gone.
Oh, my, he got him looking. Wow.
That is
the
good.
young fella says, sit down, big man.
That's got some heads going up and down in the Bravehearts dugout. Yep, young fella just did something.
Oh, some folks are going to be tweeting the Vandy coaches tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
Saying, just take a look at this. Take a look at this matchup. Here's Harris at third. Over to first. Stills goes the distance, and the Bravehearts sweep a doubleheader with Nashua. They win it 3-1, game 2 here. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Andy and I will wrap it all up. Another big victory. It's 9 in a row for Worcester.
Little work, a lot of golf, right, guys?
Hey, speaking of work, I've settled a ton of accident cases, cheap.
Not me. I've got a big case with a big problem.
Come on, you give injured people a little money, they'll go away happy.
They've got a lawyer.
Yeah, who is it?
Joseph J. Cariglia.
I hate those guys.
Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia, where you pay a lawyer only if you collect money.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects that the healthcare industry will gain 5.6 million jobs by 2020. Be well respected and a valuable asset to any healthcare office. At Porter & Chester, you can begin your career in 9 to 12 months as a medical assistant, dental assistant, or even in medical billing and coding. We offer a different kind of educational environment where students learn practical skills in a hands-on setting. Visit us at porterchester.com. Porter & Chester, career training for today's jobs.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Rich.
Took my advice and came to Cantiani Insurance.
It's in a great location with easy parking. They even have free registry service. They even saved me $350 on my auto insurance. Thanks for the tip.
Hey, that's funny. They combined my homeowners and car insurance, and they saved me over $250.
Hey, you guys. I've been a customer here for years. They're the best.
They are the best. Why haven't you called Cantiani Insurance yet?
Well, there is some chirping going on.
Yeah.
They went through a handshake line. There was chirping. The last guy that went through, there was back and forth. Now they're waving Nashua goodbye.
Nashua's not leaving the field. They're getting in.
Now the Bravehearts players were just waving goodbye to Nashua.
Something happened when the Bravehearts came off the bench. Now, and to celebrate their win, that Neverett didn't like. Had the discussion, it looked like, with the coaching staff of Worcester. Then they had a handshake line, which I have not seen.
No, I haven't either.
Have you seen a handshake line in any game we've done?
No, I don't know why they did that.
So maybe it's a new thing. Yeah, you came and had a dust up. Let's have a handshake. Bad idea.
Oh, yeah.
Go your own ways. Don't have that happen.
No, they were chirping.
Could be just going the other way. It's going to get really awkward because both teams get fed down that.
I don't know how that works.
Hey,
do they just give them the box lunches, or do they?
Now the big guy, who struck out there at the end, and had the
lumberjack.
The lumberjack. He was, he was hugging people. He was fine in there, but there was a dust up, and an assistant coach for Nashua and a pitcher for the Bravehearts.
Yeah.
Afterwards, Casey Cummins stepped in.
Now J.P. Pine's going to come over and talk to one of the coaches on the Nashua staff, probably about just that. Yeah, he is. The Nashua coach is hot about it.
Maybe we'll send the cheeseburgers over to your clubhouse. Don't come to the tent.
I think that would probably be the better idea.
Now,
but I'll tell you what.
There's history. There's history between the two teams. They played in championship games, and it's new teams, but it's a big game.
But how about the Bravehearts sweeping the doubleheader from Nashua? They've won 9 in a row now. Depending on your math, 15 of 16 or 14 of 15. I mean, This is a team that is just rolling right now. Depending on what Martha's Vineyard did, they could have picked up 2 games tonight. They could be a half game out of first place.
Game and a half, sure. They, again, quality pitching in both starts today. They don't muscle out a lot of offense in this game, but they get enough, and they get a great start from Mackenzie Stills, who is continuing to show why he is a high D1 commit and D1 pitcher as he's on his way to Vanderbilt. My goodness, he pitched outstanding today. And the Bravehearts got it done. They had that one hiccup. They threw the ball around on one play, led to a run, and get the win 3-1. And Nashua is still on the field.
Yeah, they are. They're still talking with their coach. Their coach has them in the middle right now, and he's just talking to them. But, this is a Nashua team that's frustrated with what's going on, dead last after 2 straight years of being in the championship. They won the championship last year over Worcester. And the season hasn't gone the way that they would have liked. And this one here had some fireworks. Worcester sweeps the doubleheader. It's the train just keeps rolling for Worcester, and now they're walking through the outfield. We'll see. They fed the teams in between games, so they're not going to. But bottom line is here: the Bravehearts sweep a doubleheader with the Nashua Silver Knights tonight. They win Game 2. Our broadcast 3-1. Mackenzie Stills, another phenomenal pitching outing, and this train just keeps rolling right along. Our next broadcast comes your way next Friday night. It is Martha's Vineyard and Worcester. For our director, Jamie Reynolds, for Andy Lacombe, and our entire Charter TV3 crew, I'm Kevin Shea. Thanks for watching, everyone. So long from Hanover Insurance Park, where the Bravehearts are victorious again here tonight.
To the U.S. We rockin' this contagious, monkey business outrageous. Just confess your girl admits that we the shit. F-R-E-S-H, we fresh. G-E-F, that's right, we different. We definite. B-E-P, we reppin' it.